Well, hello everybody. This is Panna, and we've got Rupinder as well. Do you want to say hello, Rupinder?
Hi, Panna. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
I see that we've only got a few people, so I suggest we wait a little while till we have a few more people who have said that they would join, and if it's okay with everybody, we will start in about a minute or so. So, hope everybody's doing well and not been put off by the weather that we're having at the moment.
While we're waiting, if you can hear us and if you can see the screen, on the right-hand side, you'll see a chat box. Can you just come and say hello to us?
We want a bit of love, don't we, Rupinder?
Absolutely. So I can see you, Panna. I can see me.
Hopefully, we can see more than just me and you as well.
So if you go on the right-hand side, it says the sidebar, and the very first tab, if you click on chat, and at the bottom there you'll see a box, so you can just pop a message in there and click on post and just say hi. I can see we've got Manjit, we've got Umbreath, we've got Sharon, we've got Perm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi Manjit, I can see you. Hi Perm. So we're just going to give a few more minutes and see if we've got anyone else joining us.
Oh, I see that we've got Angela as well joining us. Hi, Angela. Cool. Okay. I
Oh, thank you for the love, Perm. Right back at you. Hi, Angela. Okay, well, it's 4 minutes past 7. So what we'll do is just kick off, and as we get more people joining us, I'll be sure to welcome them in. So first of all, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us for our Transform Your Business with Twitter webinar. The reason we decided to hold this as a webinar is because we Panna and I have absolutely revolutionized our businesses and also Asian Women Mean Business through Twitter. But what we found as we were talking to more people in our community was that they, for whatever reason, they weren't on Twitter. They either found it intimidating, they found it confusing, they didn't quite understand what the hashtags or the at sign meant. And what we really wanted to do was demystify some of that, but also just be very open and honest about how we have used Twitter to grow our business, some of the magic that we're seeing, some of the members in our community happening. And I'm sure you've all seen that, when there's TV programs coming on, a lot of the advertisements do it now, they do it in the media. There is usually a hashtag, and that is usually a call to action for people to go onto Twitter and and search for that term. So what we're finding is that there is an absolutely social media revolution going on, and if you're not on Twitter, or if you're on it and not using it to the best of your ability, then you really are missing out. And what we really wanted to do was just talk the community through that and show you how you can benefit from it. So before we do that, we'll just introduce Panna and I. I know some of you know us, but for those of you who don't, this is me. I'm Rupinder Kaur. I have 10 years experience in the corporate world in human resources. I had my daughter there 3 years ago. She's going to be 3 next week, actually, and quickly realized that I didn't want to stay in the corporate world and work for someone else. I really wanted to have the flexibility to work for myself and dictate the hours that I worked. And I set up my consultancy, RK Coaching, gosh, about 2 years ago, so shortly after my 12 months maternity. And what I quickly found was that there wasn't any space for women like me, so Asian women who are business-minded and entrepreneurial. There was no platform for us to engage with other like-minded women. And so I looked around for that platform for probably about 6 months and tried lots of different networking groups, lots of online groups, and still didn't find anything that I really liked. So then I decided to join forces with Panna, and we created Asian Women Mean Business. And that's me. Over to you, Panna.
Okay, thank you, Rupinder. So just like Rupinder, I've got my picture up as well, and yeah, so I'm originally from the north of England, and just like Rupinder as well, after graduating with a degree in French and European Studies, I realised that there wasn't much potential regarding work up north, so I actually left. I actually just packed a bag, to be fair, and I moved down to London. And I started working in the corporate world as well for some great companies like Glaxo, BP, and Dow Chemical. And I started off in customer services and worked my way up into sales. So I've spent over 10 years working in the sales environment. And I've really been working in a very technical and male-dominated environment as well. And I was actually not only one of the few females on the team, but I was actually the only Asian woman working in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa team. And, you know, when you've got a job, you don't really question it, you just get on with it. But I really realized that my potential was being capped when I was working in the corporate environment, and felt there was a lot more to do and encouraging more women, and particularly Asian women, into sales and business. So as Rupinder rightly mentioned, I started my own sales consultancy business, and my bigger appetite was to really empower Asian women. And on the business networking scene, I was really disappointed to see not many Asian women or women that looked like me out there. And once I started sharing my vision with people, locally this is where I live in London, in Ealing, London, a lot of people automatically were signposting me to this woman called Rupinder Kaur. And I basically got in touch with Rupinder, and as she mentioned earlier, we joined forces because we both share the same passion, the same vision, and this is why we created Asian Women Mean Business. And we'll go into that a little bit more towards the end of the webinar, and what we're about and what we're creating for all you lovely ladies, because we're really committed that we want to help you with your businesses. And really this is the reason for the webinar as well, because again, just repeating what Rupinder's mentioned, we found Twitter and other social media tools, but today we're talking about Twitter, really revolutionize how we work in business. So without further ado, I wanted to really guide you through a step-by-step guide on Twitter that both myself and Rupinder have put together to help you all. And again, just to re-emphasize, this is in response to what you have been telling us as a community. We actually went to Birmingham for our event in July and had and myself and Rupinder, we put up slides and introduced what we were doing on Twitter. And the feedback was from our community was, we're not on Twitter, we don't understand Twitter, we're actually baffled by it. And we thought it would be a great opportunity to host a webinar so you can all join in from the comfort of your home, and we can guide you through Twitter and just give you our tips and some techniques with regards to that. So to start with, let's talk about what is Twitter. I've put some of the logos down where there's a little blue bird, and that blue bird has a name actually. That blue bird's called Larry, and Twitter came about because it's a short communication tool that, in line with the bird concept, you're sending tweets because a bird goes tweet tweet, and it's a short burst of information. And Twitter, and a tweet actually is 140 characters long. So Twitter is actually known as a microblogging site because you're just sending a short message. And how it works is, when you create a message or a tweet, you're actually delivering this message to people that follow you. And again, follow is one of the terminologies that Twitter use a lot. And with regards to your actual tweets themselves, you can send, it's quite flexible, you can just send a message with words, or send photos, web links, attachments, and even videos to whoever you have following you in your community. So followers, just a bit of Twitter speak here. So followers are actually people who follow you, and they see all the tweets that you send out. So every single thing you tweet, they see. And the second part of Twitter is, as well as followers, you follow people. And these are people that you follow, so when they send out messages, you see what they're up to. And when you receive a tweet, you often hear the word retweet. And again, we'll go through the details on that later on. But just so you know, retweeting is a little bit like just forwarding a message to your followers. And another function of Twitter as well is you're able to favorite tweets. And that's a little bit different, because that's where you're just letting the person who's tweeted that you actually like their message. But so both retweets and favorites are actually seen by the tweeter. So the tweeter's the person who's created the message. So on to, why would you want to tweet? What is all this Twitter business all about? Well, for a start, Twitter's free. And I know me and Rupinder are big fans of that word, free. And Twitter really is, it's for everybody. Everybody can use it. It doesn't really discriminate. There's no criteria apart from you having to be online and on a computer. And as mentioned, it's a short burst of a message that is open for everyone to read instantly. So that means that tweets are actually very dynamic, and in the social media world, tweets are known to have a short lifespan. And I mean, this statistic actually shocked me, but on average 6,000 tweets are sent every single second. This is all over the world. That's how quick and dynamic Twitter is. So as you can imagine, not everybody's going to be reading these messages. So people are known to be sending messages either every hour, every 30 minutes, I don't know, maybe even every 5 minutes, because they just, once it's out there, it just gets lost into Twitter. And also, one thing to be aware of is that Twitter is actually a two-way communication process. So although you're sending a tweet out, don't forget that your followers see these messages, and they in turn can retweet your messages or favorite your messages. So the message I'm trying to get across here is that your tweets actually do matter. So don't feel that you're just writing something in space and it's not getting noticed. When you first start out, you do get that feeling. However, while you're developing your community, you'll start to realize that people are watching you, people are watching your Twitter. And really, with regards to Twitter, and a few other statistics here, is there are more than 200 million monthly active users around the world. So you're not alone. And also, in the UK alone, there are around 10 million users. So really, quite a lot of people, and myself and Rupinder, we come across this, where many people feel that Twitter may just be a fad, that it's kind of come in really quickly and it may be going away. And really what we want to let you guys know is it's not going away. If anything, Twitter's growing. And that's, again, why we want to help you to get onto Twitter, because with regards to your business and also just your personal life as well, you're automatically accessing a community of 200 million people, and it's for free. And if you think about it, how else are you able to access so many people from the comfort of your home without even dressing up? You can even do this in your pajamas. That's how great it is. And with regards to the UK itself, UK Twitter users love the use of the Twitter app, and 80% of them are actually active on just the mobile phone, compared to 60% globally. So again, if you're a UK-based business, that's a statistic that I found really useful, in the sense that you're not alone again. There's other people out there just in this country alone that are actively using Twitter, and that includes businesses as well as brands as well as individuals. So again, we can't stress enough the importance and the benefit of you having access to even just the community in the UK. So it's very straightforward. It's easy to get started. I know we've been banging on about that. So what we wanted to do is show you exactly how easy it is to get started. So this is what happens when you log into www.twitter.com. You get to see this page, and I've actually just taken a screenshot here just to help you out. And where I've put my big sign up here, that's where you need to sign up, basically. So all you need to put in is your name, email, and create a password. And then you just hit the button here, sign up for Twitter. Then, once you've done that, Twitter will then take you into this page, which basically helps you with regards to how to join Twitter today. So what you need to do is, again, put your full name, put your email address that you'd like to use your Twitter account with or associate this Twitter account with, and then you choose your username. So here what happens is you're creating a name that's relative to you, and this is where you get your @ sign, and that's known as not only your username but your Twitter handle as well. You may often hear that term being used out there in the big bad world. And really a tip that we can share with you here is to, get a little bit creative when it comes to creating your Twitter handle. And in terms of characters, Twitter accepts uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and underscore only. Twitter's a little bit fussy. It won't accept anything other than that. So some tips here would be to incorporate something about your business, something that makes you stand out. If you've got an email address or a website address that's pretty succinct, then I suggest that you even use something like that. And the examples that I've shared here are my own Twitter handle. So because I'm in sales, I've put Panna Sales Pro, and just to be clear, Pro is the shortened version of professional. I've got to make that clear. And then another example here is what we've used for Asian Women Mean Business. We know Asian Women Mean Business is quite lengthy, so we've abbreviated it, and we've abbreviated it with underscores. And the reason that is because the AWMB without underscores was actually taken. And when you type in, you'll see that whether it's taken or whether you can use it or not. So it may be that you have to have a couple of attempts or so with creating your username. So once you've got all creative, you've got a great name, and it's available, the next thing you need to do is hit Create My Account. And you have created your account, and congratulations, you are now officially part of the Twitter community. So I don't know about you, but it really is as straightforward as that. Now, once you've created your username, it's, you know, people want to know about you. Who are you on Twitter? And that means you creating your own profile on Twitter. So again, we're just going through the steps here, and what you can do, what Twitter will do automatically once you've created your handle, it will actually offer you suggestions for followers, popular people, brands, etc. And you can actually select skip this step if you want, or you can take some time and look at the followers and just click on whoever takes your fancy. And after you've done that, then you can actually get into the juicy bit of creating your profile. So what you need to do there is actually click on the profile tab. And one thing that I would suggest you do once you're in there is actually upload a picture of yourself. And as with anything that you're putting out there on the internet, recommend that you upload a professional picture of you. Or it could be of your business, it could be your logo. And also with Twitter accounts, you can create as many as you want. So it could be you create one for yourself, and with that profile you just upload your own picture, and you can create another Twitter profile just for your business, and maybe that's where you want to use your logo. But anyway, strongly recommend that you have a picture, because if you don't have a picture and leave it blank, you may appear like a spammer, or kind of a junk tweet person with no identity. So people tend to resonate and connect with people that they can see, or a picture that they can see. So I would really say it's important to have your picture there. So once your picture's uploaded, then you have the opportunity to enter the rest of your details, such as your website, a blog site if you're a blogger, and where you're located. You also then can enter a brief bio about yourself, and excuse me, as Twitter is pretty short, your bio's short as well, and your bio will consist of 160 characters. So Twitter's not really looking for full sentences or any massive kind of chapter and verse here. You can just use keywords, and I've put some examples here, such as if you're a small business accountant, you can use SME accountant, life coach. You can put your role, and you can also put who you are as a person. You know, you've all got personalities as well, so put that out there on Twitter. So you could put that you're a mother of three, or you could put what I would like to put, you're a shoe goddess. But you know, just have some fun with it, because really that's what Twitter's all about. It's very informal. It's about just showing who you are. Then once you've done that, you can hit the save button, and that will help you finish your profile. And then another suggestion would be to download the Twitter app so you can increase that statistic that I just shared with you of 80% of UK users. And then you've got the comfort of using Twitter from your phone as well. But with regards to the app, what I would do is make sure that you check this with your service provider in case you have any additional charges. Also, just want to draw your attention to this picture here where I've got my mouse hovering. This is what, if you can see, this is what it looks like when you've actually developed your profile. So if you see the pink, that's really where you can even enter your hashtags, and again, we'll go through that later on. Your website, Facebook sites, anything like that, it all shows up here on Twitter. So that's just to put everything in context for you. Okay, so now you're all set up, you've got your username. Sorry, just one second, just trying to get my computer. Yeah, so now you've set yourself up, you've gone through all that work, it's time to tweet. And really what you do when it comes to tweeting somebody is you create a tweet and it will just come up with this box that you just start typing in, and also on your profile to the left is a short box as well where you can start tweeting. And if you want to contact somebody, what you do is you enter their username. And if you're not sure of the person and what their username is, there's a search engine on Twitter, and you can just type names in, and it will actually come up with suggestions with regards to that name as well. But if you do know the person's handle, then all you do is just type in the @sign, and eventually what Twitter will do is it will recognize if you're tweeting regular people. So when I'm tweeting Rupinder, it comes up automatically. So you select that, and so that's the reason for the @sign. And then if you're looking to tweet other tweeters, you can use something called the hashtag, and this is really used when you want to track your tweets. And what a hashtag does, it kind of creates a group within Twitter, and anybody and everybody can use this hashtag. And it's interesting to see when you have created a hashtag, when you click on that, just to see what kind of messages come up as a result of that. So that's the hashtag function there with Twitter. And when you see, so with hashtags, because it's about a group and it's about tracking certain conversations through a hashtag, popular hashtags are often referred to as trending. And when you log on to Twitter, it actually shows you what the trends are here. So I'm just circling again my mouse, and it's very dynamic, it changes all the time. So here, the day I took this screenshot, the Teen Choice Awards, so One Direction I think are featured there as well. So that's what was trending at the time. And you can automatically click on the hashtag there if you're a One Direction fan, for example. And I'm sure, don't worry if you are, we're not judging you here, but you can just click there just to see what's going on there with regards to that hashtag. So that's where trending and hashtags comes to play. Then earlier I mentioned the favorite button. So when you're actually in Twitter and you see a tweet, so this is where maybe you're following somebody and there's a tweet that you like. If you click on that tweet, it kind of opens up, and when it opens up, you'll see buttons here. And again, I'm demonstrating that through my mouse. And the first, well, it's actually the last one on the list, but it's the first one that I'll talk about here, is the favorite button. So all you need to do is click the favorite button there, and all that does is lets the tweeter know that you appreciate their message, and that's it. And the tweeter sees that. Your community, so your followers, do not see that. Just you and the tweeter sees that. The next one is the retweet icon, which is kind of like 2 arrows in a circle. When you press that, automatically your message is kind of forwarded to your community, and all the followers in your Twitter account will see that same message as well. And what you'll see if you are being retweeted is the number of people that retweet your message as well. Then another button as well is the reply button. So if there's something you just want to respond to straight away, you can start having a conversation by just hitting reply. And there's a couple of ways here. You can hit the reply button here, or if you go to the bottom of the tweet there, it will say reply to, and here this is our hashtag, our @ handle, the Asian Women Mean Business, and you can just start typing away there. So that's really kind of the functionality of Twitter, and just some words that are bandied around in the Twitter kind of dictionary. So the next thing that we wanted to share was just how to actually use Twitter. And so what we've compiled here is actually the do's and don'ts of Twitter. So this is our Twitter etiquette. So what we recommend is that when you start tweeting, do tweet good content about your business regularly. So if there's whatever's going on in your business, remember, not everybody knows what's happening with you, what's happening in your business. So Twitter's really good for you to just put anything out there. So if you're launching a new product, if you've met with somebody great, you had a great meeting, you're working on something, whatever it may be, if there's something happening in your business, any news, tweet about it, and tweet about it regularly. Because what happens there is you start to entice your followers are starting to see what you're about, your business is about. And also, it's a good way of attracting followers to you, because with Twitter, if people are starting to retweet your messages as well, it's going to their followers who will look at that message and think, wow, I actually want to follow this person. So it's a great way of developing your community as well. Another thing as well that we would suggest is follow people and organizations that are aligned to your brands and values. So go to the search menu, go and type in keywords that are relative to your business or your values, and see what Twitter comes up with, and start following these people and reading their tweets. And another thing as well is that you can also start to find potential customers this way as well, because there's probably organizations out there that are either using similar hashtags or are they've got similar values as well, and you can just connect with them instantly. So that's a big thumbs up from us as well. And sorry, just with people as well, it could be famous people. So for example, you could follow Richard Branson, but you could also follow his organization Virgin. So they're 2 different @ handles for you to follow if you're into Virgin and Richard Branson. And that's the same with people as well. So we have the same with myself and Rupinder. You can follow Rupinder, you can follow me, and you can also follow Asian Women Mean Business. So straight away, you've got 3 @ signs that you can follow. Another thing as well with regards to Twitter is you often hear of people asking you to retweet, which is fine, because it's a case of you taking action and getting other people to help you. And what I find is that if you ask people to retweet, people will ask you to retweet their tweets as well. And it's about give and take. So feel free to ask people on Twitter to retweet. And often what people do is they put the letters RT, to retweet, because remember, you've only got 140 characters. And create your community that way by giving and taking and retweeting other people's stuff as well. So that's kind of our do's of Twitter. With regards to the don'ts, I mentioned that you can tweet pictures, you can tweet links. You know, put a bit of context behind that instead of just tweeting, just putting the link itself out there. Let people know what this message is about. So don't just randomly tweet links or pictures, because really people are just not interested. Put a bit of information there to entice people. Another thing is as well that Twitter will also recommend a lot of followers to you and other people as well. So you may get people following you that, quite frankly, you don't want tweets to follow. So don't necessarily accept everybody. Take a look at what their profile is all about, and if they're in line with your business, your values, your brand, and check out people as well before you just get them to follow you. It's not just about growing numbers; it's about having quality people following you as well. Another tip that we can give you is with regards to your actual Twitter messages. Don't overload it with hashtags, so every word's a hashtag, or having lots of people on your message, because you're just going to lose what your message is all about. I would suggest actually that you have maybe a couple of hashtags and maybe 2 to 3 people's handle there. And you can keep sending as many messages as possible to different handles, even if it's the same message as well. But again, remember, it's a short burst of information that you're sending out there. Another thing as well is, and this goes without saying, that don't badmouth or be aggressive on Twitter. Even if an organization or a customer or a person, maybe, I don't know, doing your head in, or you just want to rant, and a lot of people do this on Twitter as well. Think about the image that you want to, you want people to perceive out there about you, because although it's a short burst of information, you just don't know who's looking at all your Twitter messages as well. So you don't want to give the wrong impression. So be mindful of the kind of messages and how they may be landing out there. And also, with regards to the retweet, don't just randomly send out loads of messages with RT, 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 and then not return the favor. In terms of etiquette, as mentioned before, we're about here, so look to help people and return the favor, especially when it comes to retweeting. So let's move on to how can Twitter help you with your business. So what I mentioned before was with regards to you gathering market intelligence, and how you can gather a lot of market intelligence through Twitter, and how you can do this is actually you can even start following your competition, or just seeing once you start following your competition, Twitter as well automatically will recommend other people that are in line with that. So you'll see how quickly your community will grow, and just start reading what your competitors are tweeting out there. What is going on? What's happening out there? And the same with people in your target market and industries. And sometimes when you're Googling people or Googling organizations, often on their website as well, they'll put their Twitter handle or their hashtags. And that's another good way of you following people as well, or getting ideas from Google, just Googling people and just seeing what their Twitter handle's all about. And then you'll start to, because you're following them, you'll start to see all their messages and what they're talking about. And this can help you gauge what's going on in their heads and what's going on in their industry and what they're tweeting about. And that in turn can help you think, well, wow, if a customer's got a problem, they're tweeting about that. I've actually got a solution as part of my business. I could actually help them. So you could actually reply to some of these tweets as well and let them know that this is what you do. One other thing that I've not mentioned is that you can also send private messages in Twitter as well. So if there's something you don't want to tweet about, just put on the message that you DM them or direct message them, and then you can just send them a separate private message in case you don't want everybody to see your messages as well. But it's all about sort of rolling your sleeves up and getting involved. And if you see something out there with a customer or an organization, don't be afraid to put yourself forward and share information with them as well. Because again, this is you developing your brand and your business online as well. Another thing that helps is follow your favorite brands, follow your favorite companies, because Twitter is very dynamic. You'll get on-the-spot news with Twitter and views, and it's a little bit different to even you reading a newspaper. All too often, a lot of news happens straight away on Twitter. So, for example, a lot of celebrities, when they're announcing their news, so if they're getting married, so recently I remember Cheryl Cole, she got married, and she actually tweeted about that, and it came on Twitter first before it came on the news. Peaches Geldof as well, when she died, that came up on Twitter. Sorry, I don't mean to be depressing, but that came on Twitter. It's just to highlight the point that came up on Twitter first before it came out on the news. And, bands or companies that are launching things, they tend to do it on Twitter first, so you get that news straight away. So that's another reason why it's great to be on Twitter, because you're getting that information quite quickly. Another thing is as well that it helps you get in front of high-profile people, because if you, for example, want to tweet Alan Sugar, you can automatically just enter Alan Sugar in the search box that Twitter has, and you've got access to Alan Sugar straight away. Whether he responds back to your Twitter is another story, but I'm sure that I'm sure he may do. Who knows? I don't know how great your message is, but again, just get creative and follow and send messages to these people, because you've got access to them compared to you emailing them. And we actually here at Asian Women in Business, we've grown our community in this way as well. So we met Ketan Mukwana, who started up Youth Enterprise through Twitter. Rupinder as well has managed to get in front of a lot of journalists as well by just going onto their handle. Is that right, Rupinder? You've just dropped a Twitter message to them. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, and we're going to go through a little bit that in detail, but absolutely. I think the key really is to tweet good quality content frequently, and we'll talk about that in a short while, but follow these high profile people and get in front of them. Tweet something a little bit cheeky that matches your brand and your business, and make them take notice of you.
Exactly, that's what it's all about. Just be out there. So yeah, just a reminder that it's global. You have access to the world, and it's a great way for you as well to get instant customer feedback just by adding your customer's handle and just asking their opinion on something. So Rupinder, I leave the lists over to you, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing we've mentioned on a few occasions is that Twitter is very, very dynamic. The timeline moves very quickly, and depending on how many people you follow and how many people follow you, it can be very easy to miss tweets. So one of the ways that you can read the tweets from people that you actively want to engage with is to follow lists. So what we've done here for you is to show you how to do that. So you go on the settings icon, which is like the little cog, and you can create your own list by clicking on create new list. You can choose to have it public or private. And the difference there is a private list, only you can see who's on there and get access to that. A public list, anybody can see. So for instance, your competitors or your customers, you may want to put on a private list so you can see what they're up to without making that public knowledge. The great thing about Twitter lists is that you do not have to follow people to put them on your list. So if you don't necessarily want to follow certain individuals or certain brands for whatever reason, but you think it will be in your best interest to keep up to speed with what they're up to, you can create a list specifically for them. A public list also means that you can have others subscribe to that list, and you can also subscribe to other people's list. This has been a true godsend for me in particular. I'm looking at my Twitter now. I'm following more than 2,000 people. I have just under 3,300 people following me. Because of the speed of which Twitter goes out, and I tweet quite frequently myself, I just would not be able to keep up to speed with that many people. So what we've done is, if you go on to our Asian Women Mean Business account, if you scroll towards the bottom, you will see that there is a list of members. You can subscribe to that list. That is an open list. Some of you I may have already added you as a member. And you can just follow that list without having to go through the whole Twitter timeline. So that saves you time, because that's one of the biggest criticisms that comes with Twitter is, oh, it's just so time consuming. Well, this is one of the quickest and simplest ways that you can save time but still get access to tweets that are meaningful and relevant to you. Is that okay, Panna? Is there anything else you wanted to cover on that?
No, that's great. Thank you, Rupinder. So, one thing that's really helped our community with regards to growing on Twitter is our Twitter chat, and we basically host this chat every single Wednesday from 7 till 8 p.m. and we post this out on Twitter beforehand, and every week we actually have a different topic of discussion, and how we discuss is really is for our community just to get onto Twitter. We start at the beginning with making sure we know who's online, and all you do in terms of a Twitter chat is each tweet forms part of the chat. So you just put in your views about the discussion that we're talking about, and every time you tweet during this time, what we ask you to do is to include the hashtag, and our hashtag is Asian Women Mean, I've actually put business here, sorry, there's a mistake there, it's actually Asian Women Mean Biz. That needs to be put on the Twitter message every time you tweet. And what you can do yourselves is actually go onto Twitter now and in the search engine type in the hashtag Asian Women Mean Biz, B-I-Z at the end, and you'll see the whole stream of the communication that's taken place there. So if you're new to Twitter, and once you've registered, that might be a good way for you to just see and get a feel for what a hashtag's all about. Because the hashtag, as mentioned before, is a good way of how to track conversations within that community. And really, with regards to the Twitter chat, we invite you to come and join us every Wednesday. It's opened up for you as a community, so we're more than happy for you to suggest any discussion topics. And we've also had some of you become guest hosts as well. Manjit, who's on this call as well, she's been a guest host as well, and she survived. She's okay. She did okay. In fact, she did a brilliant job for us on that. But I know it may sound a bit daunting, but actually once you get into it, it's quite energetic, it's quite fun. So feel free to come and approach either myself or Rupinder with regards to being a guest host. And you can connect via our handle at Asian_AW_W_M_B. That's the Asian Women in Business handle, or Rupinder's handle, or my handle that I shared with you before. Just want to quickly let you know about the benefits, what we've come across, the benefits of our community using Twitter. So we've just listed a few things here, but we've we've seen a lot of great joint business ventures develop just through Twitter, and especially through our Twitter chat. So this is why we encourage you to join as well. So Chandeep's one of the ladies that actually spoke at our last event, and we used her venue, and she connected with another lady who's in fashion, and together they've created the hashtag Asian Fashion Hour, and they'll actually be hosting a fashion show as well at Chandeep's event, Space Brum. So that's one collaboration that's taken place there, and they've also got Noreen Khan, who's who's one of the DJs on the BBC Asian Radio Network. So she'll be there as well, and that's in Birmingham. But again, we have that on our hashtag, so feel free to look on the hashtag for more information there. Jaina, who's a yoga teacher, and Prabha, who's a nutritional and well-being coach, they found each other via Twitter. And our last event that we hosted at Angela Malik's Delhi, that came about through a tweet that she actually, she met Rupinder actually on Twitter. So from just one simple tweet, we've actually created an event with her, which we hosted last week. And also we've managed to connect with Manjit from NatWest, and again she got in touch with Rupinder through Twitter. And Rupinder actually, when she went to the States recently, she actually connected with another lady called Joya Das, who is a founder of a group that's similar to ours out there called Lady Drinks. And yeah, she actually had the opportunity of joining one of her events when she went out there. So all of that really would not have taken place if Rupinder was not so active on Twitter. So when people say Rupinder's the Twitter queen, they mean it, because she really is. She's going, you know, I myself have taught myself through Rupinder as well, and are seeing the benefits. So we can't encourage you enough to get onto Twitter. And also, as mentioned before, our actual community has started and grown through Twitter as well. So it really is an important business tool.
And I will, Panna, just to come in there as well around benefits, we're very focused on the benefits of growing your brand and growing your business and getting in front of your customers, finding out what your competitors are doing. For those of you who follow us on Facebook and have connected with us, you'll probably see something that was posted earlier today by a lady called Pam Mali. Pam is an active member of our community and wanted to spread awareness of autism. So she has a campaign of spreading the message around autism in the Asian community, and she came to us for some suggestions and hints and tips on how she could use Twitter. And through using Twitter and spreading her message, her campaign has just exploded. She was on ITV News earlier this week. She's been on the BBC. She's been on various Asian media channels who have picked up on her awareness campaign. So the benefits are more than just around business. If you have a bigger message and a bigger desire, this is the perfect vehicle to use to spread that.
Yeah. No, thanks, Rupinder. That's a good point there. So yeah. Just quickly want to go through some tips that we have regarding hashtags. So one of them is journo request. So all you need to do is type in this hashtag here, journo request, and PR request. And these really are, so the journo request is for journalists, and this is the hashtag they use when they tweet, when they've got any kind of requests that they want to put out there. And it's really useful for kind of small businesses. If you're looking to increase your profile, we would really recommend that you follow the hashtag journo request. And if you're looking for PR, the PR request. They're great tips with regards to, especially for small businesses, as I said. Then actually I'm jumping here, but even the hashtag small business is another important hashtag that you could log on to Twitter and have a look at, and just see what kind of communication and what kind of people are joining in with that hashtag there. And again, it could help give you some leads, it could help give you some additional followers, whatever that may be, but we really recommend that you look into these hashtags. Another one here is the hashtag FF, which stands for hashtag Follow Friday. So you could use either of those, and you use those on a Friday. And that's really where you just want to do a shout out on a Friday. And again, if you click on this hashtag, you'll see what kind of communication and what the conversation is all about. So if you've done something, or you know a customer's done something really well, just shout them out on a Friday. That's a really kind of fun way of doing that, and it's global. Everybody all over the world's using that. And we couldn't do our Twitter chat without mentioning our hashtag. So yeah, please take a look. And this is, sorry, the correct hashtag here that we have is the Asian Women Mean Biz. So take a look at that. Other hashtags that you can use are your location. So if you're in Birmingham, hashtag Birmingham. Where I live in Ealing, hashtag Ealing. And you can add this to your tweet messages as well when you're sending something out. Because again, this is a tracking tool. And you can also start creating your own hashtags, whatever that may be, in line with your product, in line with your company. And again, you just create your own hashtag and just keep sending that out with each message that you have. And slowly what happens, and this is what's happened with our hashtag, Asian Women Mean Biz, people will start to recognize you and will see that hashtag as well. And that's something that will take time just to put that out there. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But this is another way of you developing your community as well on Twitter. And also when you post on other social media, feel free in a Facebook post to put your hashtag, and the same with LinkedIn. Feel free to put your hashtag in LinkedIn as well. So we're coming to the end. I'm aware of the time, so apologies that we will overrun slightly. Really just wanted to quickly talk about Asian women and what we do, Asian Women Mean Business, and what we do as an organization. So we are a community, as mentioned before, and we connect Asian women both online and offline. And we do that because we realize there's a silent strength that lies within the Asian women community in business. And we realize that there are cultural barriers that many women are looking to overcome. And what we have created is a space for women to champion these women and to have them connect and collaborate together. And it's really down to you, ladies, that we've managed to create Asian Women Mean Business. And we just want to be here as vehicles, that's myself and Rupinder, to help you along on your business journey and allow you to fulfill your entrepreneurial dreams. And again, we want to take away all those barriers, and really that's another reason why we've hosted this chat as well, because we were aware that many women are quite intimidated, or they don't know what Twitter and social media is all about. So this is just one way. And also, us hosting a webinar is just an example of one of our online ways of connecting women as well. So to end with, really, what me and Rupinder were really excited about, and what we've spent kind of the last few months creating, is one of our membership programs called, and Inspire really is a 6-month. So it's a 6-month membership program, and the monthly fee is £20. But what we're looking to do as a special offer is the first 50 women that sign up, they will receive the monthly program for £10 a month. And as mentioned, the minimum term is 6 months. So you'll be signing up for 6 months as a minimum. And what the Inspire Club is about is that you'll get access to both myself and Rupinder and to the team that we have. And also you will have, so what we've done is we've spent time working with people and experts that we feel would help you with your business dreams and aspirations, and really to bring to you online the latest trends and technologies and strategies to help you along with your business as well. So what we've put together is a monthly webinar So this is what we've done today, is kind of a free taster with regards to what you can expect with our webinars. From September, they will be charged, and we'll be going through different topics to help you with your business. So what we will be doing is we've scheduled these webinars the first Thursday of every month. And next month, so in September, you will have myself, Panna Chauhan. I will be helping you with your sales. So I've set up a webinar called Plain Selling, and we'll go through my tips and techniques to help you along in sales, because when you're in business, automatically you're in sales as well, and I'll go through that. October, we will be working with Lisa Ackerson, who is a voice coach and a personal impact coach, and she is an expert with regards to how you can communicate well. So we're very excited to have Lisa host that webinar in October. Then in November, we will have Manjit Kang, who is the diversity ambassador at NatWest, and she'll be sharing her tips with regards to funding and the options that are available to you. And because she works at NatWest, she's got all the secrets and the tips on how to, and on the best way to approach the banks as well. Then in December, we have the lovely Rupinder Kaur, who will be talking about networking. And really, the timing of that's perfect, because we all know that it's the end of year and there'll be lots of parties and events going on. So we just want to equip you with how you manage the networking process when you're out there. And then in January, I know it sounds a far away off, but we've thought that far ahead, and we want to help you with regards to you setting your business goals. So we put a webinar together here where it's called "We Love It When a Business Plan Comes Together." So this is our Inspire monthly club. If you're thinking of joining, if you're dying to join and take advantage of our £10 offer, then please email me and I will send you the details with regards to how to sign up to this this membership club. Rupinder, have I missed anything just before I close?
No, the other thing I wanted to add here was with the Inspire Club, it not only is it the webinar, the monthly webinar with an expert, we've also created an online exclusive forum to enable further online networking to take place. And we've also got a whole bank of industry experts who have given us some preferred rates around some of the services they're offering around website design, branding, logos, accountancy, a whole range of services that we trust and we would be happy to put our community in touch with. So you get all of that within the Inspire Club.
Oh, thanks for that. Yep, I didn't put that there. So that's about it, ladies. So that's everything that we're doing. I apologize again that we've gone over time, but we still want to have some time for any questions that you may have with regards to the webinar. We're actually here, so just want to say thank you again for joining us and taking the time out. And over to you, ladies. Any questions, then please, on the right-hand side, you'll see the chat box. Type your questions away, and we'll be here just to answer them. So take your time just to put the questions there. Thank you. So we'll just give everybody a little bit of time. We'll just give it a minute or so with questions. Or maybe Rupinder, everyone's just a little bit shy. I don't know.
quite possibly. We know there's a lot of information to take in.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just give it another minute. And ladies as well, don't despair, because if you do have questions, then connect with us on Twitter and let us know your questions as well. We're more than, as you can see, we're very active on Twitter. So take this as an opportunity to even ask your questions through Twitter. And that way we get to see, if we don't already have you as part of our community, we can embrace you, we can welcome you into our community as well. So all is not lost if you can't think of a question just yet. So with that, I'm not seeing any of our ladies coming up with any questions. So Rupinder, do you have anything that you want to say before we end?
No, just other than thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for taking the time out. We hope you found it useful. We always ask for feedback, so please do drop us a note. Tweet us, message us, email us, and give us your feedback. Manjit, thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your kind words. That's just come through. But any constructive feedback, we'd love to hear that too.
Yes, thank you very, very much, ladies. We will leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening, and good luck with any tweets and Twitter messages. We're watching out for you on them. Thank you and goodbye.